Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a soul contract reading. And so what this means is we are going to tap into a connection that you have with someone. I generally channel those that have experienced difficulties or challenges or even separation in these soul contracts. So please keep that in mind, but only take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. If you find that within the first 5 minutes, the messages are not resonating for you, that probably means I'm just not tapping into your exact situation. So you don't ever want to force anything to try to fit, okay? So all the decks I'm going to be using here are actually created by myself, and all of my decks currently right now for spring are on sale 10% off in my Etsy shop. So with that being said, unfortunately, it's not an international offer. It's just within the USA. But that's on all of my decks. And yeah, I just want to let you guys know that. So I'll put the links down below. These two orgonites here, we've got the Divine Masculine Nude and the Abundance Feminine Nude created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. So we have those today as well. Also, I want to let you guys know that right now I'm doing a lot of different stuff on Instagram as well as TikTok, probably the most on TikTok, because TikTok's one of those platforms to where you can post, like 8 times a day. It's just that type of platform. So usually what I post on TikTok, I'll take some of it over to Instagram, but not all. So if you guys are not following me on TikTok, I highly suggest doing it because I post all kinds of different readings and quick videos there every single day, as well as on Instagram. So they're free sites that you can join. You don't have to put, your like real name or anything like that. So you can just create accounts just to kind of check things out. So anyways, just wanted to let you guys know that as well. And personal readings, I actually no longer have them available on my Etsy shop. So if you guys want a personal reading with me, you'll have to email me at mysticmoonoracles@gmail.com to request a reading. That's just kind of how I felt guided to do it. That way I have an opportunity to just kind of see if me and the person that wants the reading, that it's a fit, and how I can kind of customize the reading for their exact situation. So anyways, let you guys know all those different things that are going on for me right now. So let's get into this reading. We're going to take a look and see what is the soul contract between you and this person. Now, we're not labeling anything today. This reading is not to keep anybody stuck or held on to anyone. It's actually for the viewer to gain maybe some clarity or even closure with a difficult situation. Sometimes just awareness or understanding or knowing something helps to heal. And that's really what the reading is about today. So let's go ahead and cleanse the cards as well as this energy space with some sage. All right, we're going to ask that our angels, our spirit guides, and our ancestors come through this reading, our higher power, that it's protected, so that way we can get the information that's going to be the most helpful in healing today for our journey, for our highest good, for our understanding of all of these different things that have taken place within this person or what's going on with us at this time. Ooh, that's nice. So anyways, this is just going to go on the side here. Hopefully it won't smoke us out totally. All right, there we go. Ooh, smells so good. Okay, you guys, let's get into the reading. What we're going to do is we're going to see the major lessons. Okay, so the major theme of lessons that came through this contract, what you're supposed to learn, the biggest significant lessons that you're supposed to learn about yourself through this person, through this situation, through this experience. This is my Divine Feminine Healing deck. What is the biggest lessons here that are being made available to the viewer? Okay, so we do have farewell. So I do feel, you guys, that this particular contract, you're not meant to hang on to it forever, okay? And it doesn't mean that it couldn't work out. It doesn't mean that maybe at a later date it couldn't come together, okay? But there is some kind of reason that you are being shown something about letting go and farewell and acceptance, that sort of thing. So we have, I do not need another's apology in order to gain closure. I can heal all on my own when I am ready to release them. So I feel like some of you guys may not or will not get an apology. You may not get closure from this person. And so a part of this soul contract is for you to learn how to close up a cycle on your own, for you to gain that closure on your own, because we don't always get that luxury. There's plenty of people in my life that I have not gotten that proper closure with, and so I had to do it myself. And it was difficult because I've heard stories of people getting closure, and it's just like, wow, like how amazing that you got that. I never got that, so you kind of feel a little slighted. But at the same time, I realized that I obviously signed up for that kind of lesson just in order to gain that strength and that courage to just go deep within myself to do the healing that I needed to do. So I feel like that's what's coming up for some of you guys for the soul contract immediately. You may not get the closure from this person or an apology. You may not get anything from them. They may just be like a ghoster. And so kind of you're on your own with this one, you guys. Okay. But we do have support. And I think that this is a beautiful card because it reminds the viewer to have faith that the universe is guiding you towards what is best for you. Sometimes we don't want to accept that. Sometimes it's really difficult to, just kind of sit back and just realize that whatever is happening or not happening is usually for our highest good. The universe is always supporting us, helping us, guiding us. The universe really doesn't want to see us suffer. The only reason that we're suffering is because of that's not true. It's not to take away the fact that people do bad things. I'm not one of those people that are going to say, love and light to all, just focus on the positive and everything will be okay. Bullshit. That is not the kind of, it's just not the kind of spiritual person that I am. I feel like that's a lot of spiritual bypassing when we kind of get into that mindset. It's not going to, all's going to be well if you just focus on the positives. No. So when I'm saying this, I'm getting here that even though sometimes negative things or bad things do happen, there's usually, and I don't want to say a good reason because that kind of sucks. There's just usually a reason for it. There's usually something for us to heal or learn, or something that we're going to go through that's going to make us stronger than ever before. So certain crises and things like that happen in our lives really push us further than if everything was just, okie dokie okay, right? I know that some of my hardest times in my life have really helped me to grow strong as a person. So I'm getting here for the viewer that out of the gate that spirit wants to communicate to you that we are guiding you towards what is right for you, even if it doesn't feel that way. Okay. So you are supported, you are cared for, you are being guided, you are being protected, etc. Okay. We have vampire. So this vampire energy. So I'm getting a couple of things. Before I read the card, I'm just going to give you some intuitive messages that I'm getting for this. First of all, when you think about a vampire, when you watch these vampire movies, it's very lusty. It's very intense energy. There's this feeling of infinity. There's this feeling of just this love that is so just powerful. And it's funny because on my TikTok, yesterday, and I think I also did post this one on my Instagram, there was a reading that I did and I used vampire oracles. So there could be a message for some of you guys in that particular reading, but the message at the end of the day was that you had to save yourself, because that type of energy can sometimes be so just all consuming where you just lose yourself. So I feel like there's an intensity with this person where you may have lost yourself. It could have even been too that they were a vampire and they drained you dry. Sometimes narcissists can come through as vampires because they don't have a lot of stuff going on for themselves. So they'll usually plug into another person and drain them, or even like just siphon their energy just to kind of feel something, right? You're like a supply, your food supply for a vampire, okay? But this could also be that this person, like, you just completely threw yourself into the situation and it drains you dry. And at the end of the day, you might be sitting there thinking to yourself, I gave everything and this person didn't give me back what I put in. So I feel like there's also a lesson in how are we showing up for ourselves? Are we over giving? Are we overcompensating? Is there something going on deeply within us that needs to be healed? So the support energy is also for me, for the viewer, to say if there's some sort of extra support that you need, you know, from your friends or your family or even a therapist or someone that can help guide you into some of that past life or inner child, you know, just that past healing that needs to occur, maybe to correct some of this for you so that way you don't have to move forward and invite another vampire into your life. Now, there's a flip side of this card as well. This is saying here, I will try my best to handle my own issues rather than draining the energies of others around me. What I'm also getting for this, you guys, is that this situation could have been so intense that you've talked about it until you're blue in the face. You've talked about it with your friends and family. You've talked about it even with like a therapist, and you're still getting nowhere. You're still getting nowhere. There's still this refusal to want to accept that you and this person maybe are just not a good fit at this time or just at all, right? It's different for everybody. But there's something toxic I'm getting here with that vampire energy. There's something toxic here. We might also be looking to this person to support our needs, to fill us up. That's not to say that we're narcissists, but that could be just like that codependency. We're looking to plug into someone to make us feel alive, to make us feel good, to make us feel like we're worth something. So there's a huge lesson in realizing that when we enter into these types of contracts with people, it's usually not going to work out, or it's not going to end well, or there's going to be a lot of damage that's done in this type of a situation because it is toxic. So I am getting here that if you did not have a situation like this going on, or the energies did not become toxic, or this person wasn't, or you weren't, or whatever, this may not be your reading, and that's okay. Go ahead and click off now, all right? But that is what we have for the biggest lessons for the viewer. That's what I'm seeing here so far. So let's go ahead and get some additional energies here for this contract. What are the energies that make up this contract? Let's see. Energies that make up the contract. This is my Earth and Sky Oracle. Energies that make up this soul contract. We have orbit. This is very interesting to me because, see, it's going round and round. You chose this person for this particular lesson. It says round and round, chosen path, gravitational pull revolves around. So just listen to all of those keywords here. Until we break that orbit, until we break out of that cycle, we're going to feel gravitationally pulled towards this person or the situation until we heal it, until we clear it. This person could also come back to you over and over and over again. So kind of like until you guys clear or heal something within yourselves, and it doesn't matter what this person does, you can do your own healing and you can break out of that contract. It's not up to both of you. It's up to individuals, because you guys both have free will within these contracts as well. Okay. We also have revolves around. If you have allowed yourself to revolve around this person, you have chosen to make plans that revolve around this person. That might be another reason why you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling closed off, or you're feeling drained, because you're literally giving your entire identity over to this soul contract, to this idea, to this person. So I'm getting here that that is something that needs to also be cleared up as well. So let's go ahead and get into some tarot. So this is my Mystics Midnight Tarot. Okay, this one just fell out completely. We have the Six of Hell, okay? Six of Wands energy. So what is the Six of Wands? The Six of Wands is victory, and the Six of Wands is success. I'm going to tell you this. Once you get on point with what you're supposed to do in this contract, you're going to break it. You're gonna get out of this orbit. I'm telling you. That's just what I'm seeing for you guys. So you're not destined for hell. I know that it might feel like hell on earth right now for some of you guys, but I'm getting here that that's not the case forever. You're going to be able to break out of this cycle at some point. You will, okay? We have crocodile. First of all, whenever I see the crocodile, I immediately think crocodile tears. Some of you guys could be dealing with someone who has maybe made a lot of empty promises, or they have seemed to have some sort of emotion and empathy, and maybe at the end of the day, you realize that they do not. Okay. But we also have heightened awareness. It's this deep personal discovery, embracing your emotions, and on guard and alert. So the first three for me are very much about this contract, that you are going to go through some very deep personal discoveries within yourself through the situation, through this person. You're going to have a heightened sense of awareness to that particular type of energy. You know, why did I attract this into my life? And it's not to say it's your fault, but it could just be that there's something within you that kind of has a taste for, and this is just an example, unavailable people, people that are not exactly going to meet your needs, or people that are kind of unattainable, right? These are all things that if we are attached to those types of ideas of love from a very beginning stage of our lives, we're more than likely going to carry this on into adulthood. So on guard and alert. This situation or person helps you to be now on guard and alert moving forward. So like once you get on point, you're going to get the hell out of there, and you're going to be like this crocodile. Okay? You're going to be this crocodile, and you're going to be highly on guard and alert. It doesn't mean you're never going to let anyone else in again. It just means that you're not going to fall for these types of people again, these types of crocodile tears. You're going to be able to spot someone out and just really feel it. You're going to feel it. You're going to embrace your intuition that says, you know what? Something feels off here. And I'm not going to ignore it this time. I'm not going to pretend I didn't hear that. I'm not going to make an excuse for this behavior. Nah, I'm not doing that. I victoriously broke out of this cycle. I'm not going back into another contract. That's going to be the same crap over and over and over again. So I just feel, you guys, that you may have met this person, and it might be the last time that you deal with someone like that, or like this, somebody that does this sort of thing to you. So this is really like this person, this catalyst to your growth, to your healing, to your change. So it could very well feel, you know, super powerful here, super powerful type of energy. Ace of Bones, I love to see new ventures. Ace of Bones is the Ace of Pentacles. And you can see here, you know, we're entering into like this scary woods. It is scary, of course. It's scary to pull away from something that you feel so connected to. It's also scary to start over and start fresh. But guess what? You're supposed to. That is a part of this contract. You're actually supposed to close it out, cycle it out, so that way you can begin anew. Okay, so that's the energy right now of the collective that I'm tapping into. A lot of the readings that I'm doing are very much about self-empowerment. It's not about focusing on old energies, even though, yes, we're tapping into something that could be from the past, but it is to help you to pull out of focusing on it or staying stuck in the past. That's really the new vibration of my channel. It's not focusing on things that we can't change, that we can't shift. We can change ourselves. We can shift out of these contracts if we choose to. We're not stuck. And anybody that tells you that you're stuck, or that you have to do this or you have to do that, that's somebody that's just yanking your freaking chain. That's somebody that's just trying to make a profit off of you. I'm going to tell you that right now. You can close out anything, anytime that you choose to. Why? Because you have free will. That's why. You have fucking free will. I'm going to say it right now. So that's what we got, you guys. So this right here is just a glimpse, literally. It's not your entire contract with this person. But if you're already feeling these things, what I'm getting here is like you're already kind of closing out this cycle. You're already wanting to pull out of this gravitational energy that's pulling you back. Because I get this a lot. A lot of people say, well, I still feel drawn to this person. The reason why is because you haven't actually done that healing 100%. You might be on your way, but you might still be participating in energy. And not everybody is. But I just remember there were certain things where I was trying to let go or trying to heal, but I was still pulled to, let's just say, check on someone's social media to see what they're up to. Well, guess what? When you go down that road, it's just a freaking rabbit hole. It's like a diet. You've got to control those cravings, because those cravings are just going to take you down. if you just partake in it in a moment. It's very enticing to want to look at someone's social media, but at the end of the day, it never does you any good. It probably only ends up making you feel worse. So release your need to do those types of things. Do something else. Call a friend instead. Put a support system in place. And I feel like that's probably why Spirit brought this in. Join a support group. Join a group of people that are not orbiting or focusing on staying stuck. That's another thing, you know? And I just think it is very important, like what you're watching, what you're subscribing to. Make sure that it matches up with what you want to basically do. If you want to move forward and you want to be motivated and you want to build a new life, you're not going to focus on things that are just all about the past or keeping you stuck on a particular person or what they're feeling or thinking. What you're going to do is you're probably going to watch more motivational types of videos, talking about how you can grow or new things, new adventures, doing things in a whole new way, new mindset, growth mindset. So all those things I feel would be like a support energy that you might need to pull out of that orbit, okay? Because your life does not revolve around this soul contract. It just doesn't. I don't know where these ideas came from in the collective that somehow a contract is your whole reason for existence or living. It's just nonsense. It's just not true. It's a part of your development while you're here, but we can't make other people want to participate in soul contracts. So when they don't, or they're pulling away, or they're being toxic, we have the free will right to pull away so we can continue to grow and feel healthy and happy. You have a right as a human being on planet Earth to feel healthy and happy. You don't have to stay tied to shit. You don't. So that's what I got to say about that. All right. So let's see. Now we're going to go ahead and go into the energies of your person. And it doesn't really matter what your person's going through, but some of you guys might find this to be helpful, okay? It might be helpful to see where they're at on their journey, okay? And kind of like what they've taken from your soul contract, okay? Has there been any growth? Is there any hope for them as a human being? There's always hope, but we're just going to see where this person might be at this particular time. I feel like some of you guys would like to know that. So this is the Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck. Where is this person at this time? And what also have they taken away from this soul contract? Okay, so we have home, structure, and foundation. We also have mirror spirit. I kind of like to see this here. And then we also have spider spirit. So we're going to go ahead and clarify this with some tarot cards. So the spirit of the dwelling place, home, structure, foundation. I really feel that what's going on here is that your person probably did feel a sense or does feel a sense of home connected to you. And it makes sense because there's a soul contract here, okay? It feels familiar. You may have done a past life with this person. You're destined, and I do see that we have fate, destiny, but do you see the keyword? Free will. Okay, so yes, there is a destined energy. This person was a part of your destiny. You are a part of theirs. They feel that connection with you, right? But we also have the mirror spirit. And what that is telling me is that, it's like you're mirroring to them maybe something about themselves that they know that they need to work on. And so because of that, that might not be the most comfortable thing to deal with. So they could be running. They could not want to deal with this. So we're going to take a look and see, what do we got? So we're going to get a tarot, and then we're actually going to get a shadow aspect as well. Okay, so we have divine masculine. So some of you guys could see this person as a counterpart or like the masculine side of yourself, all right? But the Emperor is all about control. It's all about getting your house in order. It's all about making sure that you're taking care of what you need to take care of in this life. And I think it's very interesting. And since we're going to pull other cards, I'm going to just put those aside. This structure, that's really what the Emperor is. The Emperor is all about structure and foundation. It's a number 4. Okay, that's what the 4s represent, structure and foundation. So if this person does not feel structured or feels like they're in a good foundation or at home with themselves, they're most likely not going to be able to connect with you in a structured or like a structured or not positive, but a structured or build a foundation or committed way. Okay. So I feel like maybe this person is working on building themselves at this time. They're working on building who they are in this life. They are still in the process of this. That's what I'm seeing with this. This is my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. Okay, but we have blackout. So this is the shadow of this person. Okay, we have Aries and Pisces, by the way, or even Cancer. All right, but this is an energy that's telling me that this person right now might be in a little bit of a blackout. Okay. They might be a little lost on their path, on their journey. It's almost like they've lost their way home. And I think this is kind of cool because you can see the outline of the house, but you can't really see the details of the house. What's illuminating it? The moon. The moon is all about, going within. It's also about divine feminine. It's also about our intuition. But the moon also represents the energy of deception, fantasy, illusions, lies. So I feel like your person right now with where they're at this time in their life is they have lost their way. They've lost their way. They really can't find their way back home at this time. So it's kind of a little bit of a beautiful story that I have unfolding here for you guys. If you do feel connected to this person that you guys belong together, it's not to say that it can't be the case. And it's not to say just because that might be part of the destiny that it will happen. Because remember, free will. But that might be one of the reasons why you do feel so drawn to this person is because on some level you do feel like you guys belong together. And maybe you do in a sense because you've shared a past life together. There is some sort of quality here that you guys have done life together, that you've lived in a home together, that you've built a home together, had a family, had a happy life at one time. But this person cannot see that. Not at this time. They may not ever be able to see it in this life. So that's one of the reasons why it's crucial, you guys, that you pull away and take care of yourself. If this person finds their way back to you and it's meant to be, then there you go. But you won't waste your precious energy and time waiting for this person to wake up. They're either going to wake up or they're not. And you holding on or letting go isn't going to change that. The only thing that will change is that you will feel better about your life. You will not suffer on account of this person not either being awakened or not being able to see things the way that you see them. Okay? So I think that that's a really incredible message right there. I really do. So that's where this person is at, and that's where they're at with you. I do feel like they have a sense of belonging with you as well. But again, there is something that they are currently either reflecting on. They see something, but then they want to deflect it. All right. Vanity could also be a very selfish energy, very self-absorbed, somebody who's not willing to see outside of themselves, kind of narcissistic in a way. So that is that energy. What else? Yeah, look at that. Death. So Scorpio's energy. To me, this person is in a transitional state. So there is a lot of shadow connected to this person. Even in the regular cards, there's a shadow coming through. And I feel like until they go through this transition, until they go through this phase and major transformation, they're not really going to be able to show up for you in this connection. And that's probably why things are in this current state. Yep, we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is all about structure. It's about commitment. It's also spiritual connections, right? But it does say the false prophet. So there's something here that's false. There's something that we want to believe so badly. And it doesn't mean that we're wrong, but this person may not believe in themselves. They may not believe in, they just may not be even spiritual. They might not have any faith in God, or they might not feel like there's anything. They might just be not believing in something is what I'm getting here. It's like they've lost the faith. They've lost themselves somewhere. They're hopeless, faithless at this time. They're very lost. And you might be the person that wants to come in and save them. Do you see this? Do you see this contract? You feel compelled to perhaps save them, but all that's going to happen is they're just going to run further and further away from you. So that's part of your contract with this person, is to save yourself, to say, what was the very first card? Farewell. Okay? almost like you have to break it off, or you have to let this person go and find their way back. And if they don't, or they can't, then it really is not anything that you can control. You have to just keep moving forward with your life. You have to keep living your life, because if you're in this death energy with them, you're never going to be able to transition to the next phase of your life, because you're going to be stuck and hung up on this person. So you don't want to stay there. You don't want to stay in death. You don't want to stay in a state of mourning, waiting for this person. Okay. And like this angel of death, like you may want to save them in their dark time. And it doesn't mean that you are a selfish person and you're just turning your back. But if this is your story, this person may have been very toxic or just very not good for you in your life at this time. And so there's nothing, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. But there's just nothing glorified about continuing to be stepped on like a doormat. There's nothing honorable. That's the word I'm looking for. There's nothing honorable about that behavior. That's actually just co-signing somebody else's bullshit. And also we are enabling them to continue to act a certain way. We're not helping them to grow. We're actually there for ourselves. And we might not even see that, but it's a very selfish tactic that sometimes people don't even realize. And that's called martyrdom. That's like, I'm a martyr. I'm here for this person. I'm doing everything that I can. I have to do this. But at the end of the day, you're not getting anything in return. And it's not that you can't be unconditionally loving, but so many people don't really even understand what that truly, truly means. Okay. It's very hard to obtain in this human life here on earth. And it doesn't mean it can't be done, but this might be better done from afar. Sometimes it's very difficult to deal with somebody that continues to treat you like crap and push you away and hurt you over and over again. When you have that dynamic going on, sometimes it's very difficult to love someone while they're doing that to you. You may just be able to let them go, say farewell, and unconditionally love them from afar. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. So the false prophet, I feel it's kind of like your person might also sense something in you where you say you want to be there for them. You say that you love them. You say that you accept them. But at the end of the day, you want something from them. People feel that. People feel that. And I feel like your person might be pushing you away because they feel that you need something from them. Even if that you're saying that you're okay, they know you're not okay. So it just perpetuates this toxic cycle of enabling them to continue to treat you like crap. So that's why you have to cut it off. It's almost like you have to cut it off for the both of you, because this person might be incapable of doing the right thing. So you have to do the right thing. That's the part of the contract. That's just what I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's now move into the next card, which is the Spider Spirit. Fate, destiny, and free will. Okay, fate, destiny, and free will. So two wanted to show up. We have the Knight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I have Gemini energy here and Taurus energy. All right, so let me just put this aside here, and we're going to get the shadow here. It's almost two paths. Seeing two paths, which is probably why two cards came up representing two people. Three of Decay, Three of Pentacles. Could be third party for some of you, meaning that there is someone that has this connection with you, but then they also have a connection with someone else. That could be a part of it, not for everybody. I feel like somebody might have a family, they might have responsibilities elsewhere, but the actions that they're taking or the communication that they're still participating with you kind of confuses you, because you're like, well, wait a second. You say you love me, but yet you're still committed here, or you're not willing to break away from this, right? Or I really want this with you. So let's just say there is no third party. I really want this with you. You say you want this, but your actions say otherwise. That's right. Your actions say otherwise. So Three of Pentacles, nothing can really grow. It's submerged for now. It's underwater. Okay? It can't really move forward. It can't really be a reality in this 3D world right now, because your person's actions are not leading the two of you to be able to make this work. And it's not to blame them for everything. But what's going on right now is that actions are not matching up with the words. Words are great. They're great to hear. Lip service all day long, crocodile tears. Oh, you care so much. But at the end of the day, your actions are totally saying otherwise. So as fated or destined as all this might seem, and as fated and destined, this person says, you're so important to me. I feel so, I'm crazy about you. I feel so passionate towards you. You're the only person that gets me. I've never felt this way about anyone. That's great. And I'm not saying that this person doesn't really feel it. But if they're not willing to take any action on it, then what the hell does any of that matter? Okay? So you have the free will to break the cycle that it's not going anywhere, that you guys are just going in circles here. Somebody needs to break the cycle, and I'm getting here, it's you, the viewer. That is a part of this contract for you to break the cycle, because I feel like your person is not strong enough to be able to do it. That's it. That's it. So I hope that makes sense to somebody out there, and if that's resonating for you. All right, so why don't we take a look and see what can you take from this at the end of the day. We're going to actually go into my Treasure Trove Tarot just to kind of see what kind of growth is here for you, the viewer. What kind of growth is here for you? What growth is available for the viewer? And I'm going to tap into this one. This is my Twin Flame Journey Oracle. We have cycles. I kind of think that that's cool because we have this moon and we have this cycle that needs to be broken. And we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so for me, and I think that's kind of cool because it actually just showed here the King of Pentacles, right? King of Pentacles. This is the King of Pentacles. Taurus energy. Influential, head honcho, business owner. You know what I'm getting here, actually? This is your person, and this is you, actually, in a different way. Like, there's a couple of different stories here, but in some way, this is your person. Not they're saying things. They're saying all maybe the right things, or they're promising things, but they're not actually they're not matching the words up to their actions. You are ready for something stable. They are not. That's what I'm seeing here. You want to grow. They are incapable. So you're the King of Pentacles coming up here. This is your growth. You're the head honcho in this situation, not the other way around. You might think that you're powerless over this person or this situation. You are not. Now, you don't have power over them. You have power over yourself. You're owning yourself. You're owning your own business. You're doing your own thing, you know, and you're influencing the cycle. You're influencing this connection in a positive growth type of way, okay? You're influencing it. You're not necessarily changing it, because you can't change free will of other people, but you can influence change. You can choose yourself. You can break the cycle. You can break away. You can love yourself more than you ever have. You can move on with your life. That might influence, and you're not going to do it for these reasons, but that could potentially influence your person down the line, that they realized, oh my God, I just lost the best thing I ever had. Or, wow, you've moved on and here I am still stuck, if this is the story, in a marriage or a relationship with somebody I don't love. Wow, look at you. You broke away, but I can't. This also perhaps influences the person. Your growth influences this person. Now, it doesn't mean it will change things, but it certainly influences. So I just love this growth for you guys. This is incredible growth. King of Pentacles all the way. You're owning it. You're the king in this situation. You're the victor in this situation. We have fifth dimension, okay? So to me, this is ascension. You are ascending, you guys. And now we have the Knight of Pentacles. I love this. You're growing. So you're dedicated to your spiritual growth. You are. You're hardworking, and you realize your value. You know that you're a valuable asset to someone. So if this person can't see it, or they can't recognize it, or they don't choose you in this life, this is not a reflection of you at all. You know your worth. You know you're valuable. You would be a valuable asset to anybody. So it's about you continuing to ascend and grow throughout this situation. So you really, really embody this energy, and you take it with you into the next connection, if that's what you're looking for, or wherever you go in this life, whatever it is that you do. You're just adding value to yourself. So you see how you're growing in this situation? You have taken all of these valuable lessons. You've dedicated yourself to yourself. and you are coming out the other end like a king. Great value here. Oh my God, I love it. God, it's soulmate. So if some of you guys want to, you're upgrading. I'm getting here. It's not about, you're going from one person to the next, but I do feel like some of you guys, when you do break away from this cycle, this toxic situation, whatever's going on here, I do feel like you are going to open yourself up to either another mate, another person, or somebody who it's not going to be the same type of dynamic. It might not be as intense and crazy, but then again, whoever said intense and crazy was healthy, right? Whoever said that. Because the crazy and intense situations that I've had never lasted. But the deep, slow burns, like the relationship that I'm in, that has lasted. And we've been together going on 12 years, you guys, 12 years. And no, it has not been easy. But we have been together for 12 years this August. Very exciting. So anyways. Oh my gosh, the Two of Wands. I love this. Two people coming together on the same page. You have a partner, somebody who wants to do life with you. It's literally, you guys, just a message that I posted this morning on my TikTok and Instagram. There's this partnership that's coming for you. And the Knight of Pentacles was actually in there. And it was this energy. Like you were going to be the best version of yourself. The two of you are going to come together and you're going to fuse your ideas together. Your energies are going to come together and complement each other just perfectly and beautiful. So do you see, you guys, there is light at the end of the tunnel. This particular contract has helped you to see your value, to see your worth, okay? It's not to shame you. It's not to, put you down. It's not to say, oh my gosh, you're so stupid for feeling this way about this person. It's none of those things. It's just, this was an experience, but this is not your entire life. There is another chapter for you if you will allow it. That's what we're getting here, okay? And some of you guys, you may continue to dedicate yourself to this person or this connection. That could be something that ends up working out for you. So I'm not here to tell anybody that you have to do anything, but please just know that everyone does have free will. So as much as we want something, it doesn't necessarily mean that the other person is going to want it too. I always feel that it's better for you to move towards people that are on the same page as you, instead of people that are constantly challenging you and constantly pushing against everything that you want, right? Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful message. So we're going to go ahead and end the reading here, and we're just going to tap into some energies, just that spirit is going to continue to kind of put in your path, food for thought, lessons, just life lessons, just guidance, whatever. So we're going to go into my signs from Spirit Love Oracle for this one. And I had all these other decks I was going to use, but I just am going with the flow and feel like I don't need to tap into a bunch of stuff. This feels right for me. Oh God, Swan. So beautiful. Loyalty. If this is something that you guys have not really experienced in a partnership, I just feel like this is something that is coming for you. This loyalty, this energy, something that, it's swans, they, I don't know that this is a fact, but you hear this, like they mate for life. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, I don't know, but that's just something that's in my head. And because of this, it's like you're meeting your match. You're meeting this person. You're being guided and drawn to this person. So that's probably why one of the very first cards said support. Okay? Why would Spirit steer you wrong? Why? They wouldn't. Spirit is here to support you. I have faith that the universe is guiding me towards what is best for me. So if this person that this reading has been about so far is not the best for you, to continue to hold on and go against everything that Spirit is trying to guide you towards, which is what is better for you, you will continue to suffer. You will continue to hold yourself back on your path. So Spirit's saying, let go, and let's co-create this together. Let's carve out a new beautiful life together, something that's going to be much more prosperous, healthier, full of abundance, green growth energy. Green is also heart chakra, healing, just calm, fruitful, beautiful. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. Also get like outside, go outdoors, reconnect, ground with the earth, ground in nature, ground with spirit, maybe do some meditations or just kind of get calm, listen to some music, start to reformulate some new plans, some new ideas, some new fresh energy that wants to come in for you. And we have the veil. Yeah, right now you might not be able to see perfectly clearly with what's coming for you. It's veiled right now. It's not crystal clear yet, but it will get crystal clear with time. The more that you move and lean into this new experience rather than staying old or hung up on that old situation. And we have wasp, okay? So this wasp energy here means that there could be, I'm going to get kind of deep here, you guys, and I'm not trying to scare anybody when I say this kind of stuff. Yes, this could be people in your path, but I'm actually getting here that these are spirits around you, okay? There's lots of spirits of what I have it in my deck, darkness and light. There's all kinds of light. So there's all kinds of darkness that is disguised as light. All right. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but, I do have my opinions on, certain people that just demonize the light because perhaps they were not connected to true light. You know what I mean? We've seen this, in the community, big people just all of a sudden demonizing anything spiritual. And I just think that when you open yourself up with spirituality, or you're just going through life, you're going to run across not only people. Okay, so if people are made up of darkness and light, so are spirits. That's why the, kind of some of the new age movement can be somewhat toxic, because that whole everything is love, nothing is negative. There's no, shut it all out. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm actually speaking from experience because I actually used to have that mindset. But what ended up happening is once you start kind of seeing that, wow, that doesn't really match up. I do have these thoughts and I do have these feelings and I do have these shadows. And I'm being shamed for even thinking it, or I'm being shamed for even feeling it, or oh, I created it because I'm fucked up. And in some instances, I do feel that we, in our vibration, we do in a way kind of attract certain things because that's just what we deem as a fit. That's what we deem as desirable because we might be coming from a dysfunctional state. So in a way that's somewhat true, but to just say that you attracted this situation to yourself, that's your fault. Or, don't focus on the negatives because if you do, then, negative things are going to keep happening. Yes and no. So this is about balance, you guys, is what I'm seeing here. That's why it's a veil. It's a veil between the dark and the light. It's seeing both. It's seeing that both are necessary. Both are necessary within you. Both are necessary within this universe. And both are necessary in people, period. Because we're here to learn. We're here to grow. And there's not going to be any growth unless you're going to be subjected to both, making decisions, those free will choices, discerning between what feels right and what doesn't. We're not going to grow otherwise. So to extinguish all of the shadow, to extinguish anything that seems dark or scary, it's not saying you want to live in that world either, but going from one extreme to the other, jumping from this to going to something else, or like another person even, can be a trap. So I feel like this jealousy energy, once you do start to want to make these shifts because you're opening your eyes and you're seeing the truth in situations, this person might try to come back. And this person may be under the influence of some kind of, dark energy. Okay, it's not to blame dark energy for everything, but it is a possibility. The darkness and stuff, the negative things that sometimes we feel can be plugged into other things. I don't want to go too deep here because it's just way too deep for this reading at the very end. But all I'm trying to say, you guys, is just be a little bit more aware of energy. right? Don't be so quick to just trust something that happens. Really take the time to look at it and feel it and experience it for a minute. Does that feel right for you? So anything that's super high, like, whoa, I just feel so incredible, and this is just the most amazing thing, and everything is just amazing and perfect. As good as that feels, there's something a little fantasy-based and unrealistic about that energy. And so because of that, we have to be careful, because wherever there's an extreme high, there's going to be a real extreme low. So I do feel like there's something to be said about just trying to kind of navigate life through this little bit of a veiled lens, you know? Try not to be on this emotional high and this emotional low. If you have people in your life that are on this constant high and this constant low, they're dealing with some sort of an addiction. And it may not be an addiction to drugs. It's like an addiction to dopamine. It's like getting a dopamine hit off of, just plugging into something. And then all of a sudden they're talking to you and everything's great. And then 2 days later, they're ghosting you again. There's this energy that's operating here. And you need to be more discerning with who you deal with and who you aren't going to deal with anymore. Okay? And what I'm trying to say before I got off on that freaking sidebar is that whenever you try to choose yourself, whenever you try to do the right thing, you guys, in this life, and act with integrity and get more grounded, this energy, whether it's from other people or spirits, are going to try to drag your ass back. That's the point I'm trying to make here. If you made it and didn't click off just yet. If you're still here, that's the message. You're going to start seeing numbers. You're going to start seeing songs, this person's name everywhere, something to take you right back to this obsessed state, or the state that says me and this person are meant to be. So what it does is it squashes out all the reality, which is, wait a second, but this person is hurting me, but this person has not made any moves towards me to let me know that they actually care about me and love me. People that do love me, people that do want to be a part of my life, are making the effort. So when we start seeing all this stuff, we start getting lost in la la land again. Okay? So don't be so quick with the signs that you see from spirit, that those are actually light energies. Some of them are disguised as light, but they're dark. That's it. Anything that's causing you to make decisions in your life where your life is going to be more chaotic, or that you're having to sell your soul in order to do something, or be inauthentic in any kind of way, that is not coming from the light. That is coming from the dark. So I just feel that there's something that's in the air, and it's not to say that there's anything wrong with you, because I got dark all around me too, and I have to discern what's, and I've gotten sucked in both ways. I've gotten sucked in and fooled here and there, throughout my journey. And I think you guys will see a lot of readers out there that are starting to share personal stories about what they've gone through. You've seen certain readers make certain decisions, such as myself, or completely just fall off of YouTube and they no longer do readings, and then all of a sudden they're coming back. That's because we're going through the same things as you guys. I'm no freaking guru here that knows any better than you guys. I'm just freaking channeling what comes through my readings and sharing my wisdom with you guys. That's all I'm doing here. I'm not to be looked up to or worshipped in any way. And I'm not saying anyone's doing that, but sometimes you have a tendency to, oh, you're so great. It's like, actually, I'm really not. I'm not. I'm just whatever. You know what I mean? So I know that was a lot at the very end, but I feel like there's a message there for some of you guys that are kind of feeling like, ooh, I'm just not really sure. Or, ooh, this whole thing is evil. I went through that too. I really did. At the very end of the year, I went through some weird thing where I was like, ooh, I'm kind of starting to feel like I'm scared of a lot of this stuff. There's a part of me that just wants to just disconnect altogether. But that right there is darkness that's completely trying to destroy your life and destroy all the good that actually came from a journey, or just whatever journey that you're currently on. It doesn't make it all bad just because maybe it wasn't what you thought, or maybe this or that. You know what I mean? So Anyways, but for me, I just feel guided on my journey to just look at things from more of a balanced perspective. So that's kind of why the stuff that I offer you here, you guys, is some shadow, some challenging stuff. Maybe some people disagree. And also a lot of stuff that focuses on you, the viewer, things for you guys to improve your lives, things to uplift you and keep you guys strong on your journey. Okay. Keep you guys aware of the traps that are connected to, certain things out there. And that's not to villainize those things, because nothing really, no label, no idea is the problem. It's us as human beings that create the problems connected to those things. It's our own expectations. It's our own ideas. It's our own energies that we place onto these things that create issues, And I've seen it a lot, which is why I pull back from doing certain things. But that doesn't make it like it's a bad thing or I'm villainizing it. I'm just making some shifts that I feel are necessary for me and for some of you guys that are still resonating with my readings. So anyways, I'm going to leave it there because I just feel like I went all over the place with just a bunch of stuff. But hopefully you guys got a little nugget there that sticks or that's helpful to you. And I want to thank you guys for choosing to watch this reading if you watched it to the end. And that's it, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.